maximize and help increase the number of doses in a much shorter time. So by the end of May, we're going to have on hand roughly 600 million doses, enough for every American.
President Joe Biden just delivered a speech from here in Columbus. Today's stop to promote the American Rescue Plan, his first major piece of legislation. He also announced the 600 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccination by the end of May. I'm Kerry Charles. Colleen Marshall is leading our team coverage of the president's visit to Columbus. Adrian Robbins will join us live with Republican reaction to the president's stop. But first, out to Colleen, live near the James Cancer Hospital, where the commander-in-chief spoke within the last hour. Colleen.
Yes, he just finished speaking not too long ago, and as you might imagine, he was talking about what he considers to be a big success of his administration, this first major piece of legislation, a $1.9 trillion relief package passed by Congress exclusively by Democrats. But for Joe Biden, it is the boost that he wanted, what he calls the success story that is promised for America. This was about the Affordable Care Act, though, as much as it was about the American Rescue Plan today. The president quite strategically coming to Columbus and coming to the James Cancer Hospital. This was what is considered to be one of the biggest success stories of the original ACA, incidentally signed into law 11 years ago today by President Obama. A $100 million grant was earmarked for the James, for the oncology and radiology departments that the president toured today. He wanted to point to the success, the research, the lives that have been saved, the progress that has been made in cancer. So it was here that he announced 600 million vaccines by the end of May and talked about a key part of the American Rescue Plan.
The American Rescue Plan is also going to provide funding for more vaccination sites, vaccinators, and the paraphernalia needed to put that vaccine in one's arm.
And the president also mentioned that they consider a success story to be that since his administration, 200,000 people have signed up for the Affordable Care Act. I'm going to step aside for a second, though. I want you to see behind me. I would say about 100, at least 100, maybe 150 students here from Ohio State have gathered outside the side entrance to the James, hoping to get a glimpse of the president when he comes out. Usually at these kinds of events, we see protesters. They don't seem to be protesting. Instead, they seem to be here to greet the president as he walks out. There are some protests obviously coming from Republicans. I've been hearing from members of the Republican Party today who say they believe the president's attention should be headed south to the border, the American border, where they say there's an immigration crisis, and possibly to Boulder, where there was a mass shooting. He did touch on that today as well, expressing sympathy for the families of the victims, in particular the police officer who was killed and left behind 7 children. So for now, Kerry, we are live at the Ohio State University campus outside the James Center, where the president spoke just within the last half hour. I'm Colleen Marshall.
And Colleen, don't go too far. We will check in with you in just a bit. And of course, the president is selling the merits of the American Rescue Plan here in Ohio. Colleen touched on it a bit, but Republicans in the state believe his focus should be elsewhere. NBC4's Adrian Robbins joins us live. And Adrian, you spoke with the chairman of the Ohio Republican Party. What are his thoughts about this visit today?
Yeah, Kerry, Colleen touched on it there, but there was certainly no red carpet being rolled out for the president from Republicans. Today, the Ohio Republican Party chairman, Bob Paduchik, one of the first things he actually said to reporters was that the president should be at the southern border, not here in Ohio. Now, he did go on to criticize the American Rescue Plan that is one of the main focuses of the president's visit today. He says the bill is filled with wasteful spending by Democrats and will not benefit Ohioans as much as it will blue states. Now, currently, the bill is estimated to bring around $5.5 billion to Ohio. Money Paduchik says will eventually need to be paid back by someone.
It's important for everyone to realize that it's money that's out of the pockets of a small businessman or a family of four that's struggling to make ends meet, and they're eventually going to have to pay that bill.
Now, Republican Governor Mike DeWine did greet the president at the airport. He previously said he wanted to talk to the president about the coronavirus and about vaccine distribution here in Ohio. Local for you in Columbus, I'm Adrienne Robbins, NBC4.
Adrienne, thanks. We want to take you live now to John Glenn International Airport. A live look there at Air Force One. On the runway, the president, we understand, has not yet made it to the airport and will be boarding shortly, though, once he does arrive, and will make the trip to the White House. There's some speculation that he could be making a stop here in Central Ohio. We will be checking on that to see if he makes any visits to local businesses or what have you. Our assignment desk keeping tabs on that. Stay with NBC4 for complete coverage on the president's visit to Columbus. You can watch his speech right now on our website, NBC4i.com.